Hey, hello guys. I saw quite a lot of people actually watching my video, and I got about 6 thumbs up, so thumbs up. And I got 1 dislike. I don't know why. If you're going to watch my videos and a dislike, please actually tell me what you disliked, and like in the description and stuff. Because if you're going to dislike, you could at least put a comment down explaining why and how I could improve. I'm not the best player. Like for instance, I haven't even hit 2.2k yet, but I'm rolling with a few of my friends, and we reckon we could probably get there, or I reckon we could probably get there. Um, so yeah, I'm hoping this will all go well. Right. By the way, these 2 little proc add-ons here that I've got, the actual add-ons weak aura, but they basically tell me when this procs and when my cape procs. Now my cape has a 2k intel buff. It's a proc and it's random, but I do get it quite a lot. Like you saw there, it popped up with my other one, so I popped my Warlock 30% crit, and my actual use PvP trinket. As a human, I can have both, as you can see there. I also have an intel buff from engineering on my gloves. So, yeah, right, anyway, back to the actual spec. I've changed it around a bit, guys. This is how. I've gone Howl of Terror, so basically, I mean, Mortal Coil was a good choice, but for 3v3, I believe Howl of Terror is better if you can get a triple fear. After watching a few videos of other locks and stuff, I've decided Howl of Terror is probably best. For 2v2, Mortal Coil definitely, and if you ain't rolling with something which has a stun, Shadow Fury. So if you're rolling with maybe a Shadow Priest, you might want to go Shadow Fury so you don't cross horrors, or Terror if that's, yeah, it's a Terror. So yeah, you don't want to really cross those over with a Shadow Priest because you'll share a degenerate. Same with a mage. If you're going to be playing with a mage, you don't want to be using Shadow Fury because it will share a degenerate with his Deep Freeze, which actually counts as a stun if you didn't know. I'm sticking with Sacrificial Pact. Soul Link's good, but Sacrificial Pact has a much bigger shield. That gives you 20% of your health, which works out to about 80k maybe, 88k more health, whereas Sacrificial Pact is about 420k shield with Grimoire of Sacrifice. At least I think it's that high. Let's actually have a look now, shall we? Got that. Why am I clicking this when I've got buttons? There we go. 440,000 shield. Okay, that's kind of insane. As you can see, I'm also running with Unbound the Will. The reason for this is I've pretty much decided to go against spellcasters with this spec, because in a rated battleground you're going to have healers, you're going to want to take them healers out. No, not in a rated battleground, in a arena. You're going to have healers, you want to take that healer down or stop that healer from healing his teammate. So I've decided to go with Silence. I've got some useful macros that I'm using, I'll probably put in the description. For some reason I still got my Imp Chaos Spell macro still here, I don't know why. Right, anyway, yeah, so I've gone basically against Spell Cleaves now, so Unbound Will I found was great against mages when they go to use that frickin' Deep Freeze, and Paladins when they use a stun, because I've got the racial ability Every Man for Himself and the Trinket, they're exactly the same cooldown of 2 minutes. Whereas this is actually just a 1 minute cooldown for 20% of your health. And now if you're playing with a healer, that is freaking amazing, because the healer can just heal you. Okay, simple. Also, if you're playing with a healer, you might not want to put Dark Regeneration and your Health Stone together. You might want to save the Health Stone and use Dark Regeneration to help your healer heal you. Or to increase his HOTS on you, for instance. Or maybe just to get a higher Ember Tap with a bit of a hot on it as well. You don't really want to use both together because that puts you on full health. You probably don't need that with a healer. You could probably, the health stone might come in handy at another point in the game, in the arena. I've got it macroed for battlegrounds because that's what I'm doing with my friends at the moment. Also, don't forget to use drain life like round pillars when you're pillar humping with Killjaden's Cunning. Killjaden's Cunning. I always pronounce that wrong. I think it's a horrible name. Why? Unlike Manoros Fury and oh my god, what's it? Archimonde's Vengeance. I haven't actually used it. I did use it actually once, and I found this quite hilarious. You can make someone suffer 25% of all damage you take, right? So, so if you were to use that while a rogue's absolutely beating the shit into you, and you place that on the rogue, he's going to be doing 25% of that damage to himself. You're still going to be taking 100% of that damage, but it's for 8 seconds. So you could pretty much use that, and depending on obviously how many burning embers you've got, I put a rogue on quarter of his health. He put me on practically nothing. I put him on quarter of his health. I had 4 embers. So I basically just, at the end of his little rampage, I bursted all my ember tap completely, and used Undead Resolve, blasted him a few times, used my Dark Regeneration macro, which also has a Health Stone macro into it, and bubbled when I was on full health. After he'd done a shitload of damage in between the being for full health and not being on full health. Rogues are a bit of a bastard. This is quite a good thing. Also, if they poison you and you use this on a rogue, they can't re-stealth. Funny as it is, they actually cannot re-stealth because it counts as a dot. Probably more handier for another class. I'm not keen on it myself. Probably definitely not for arenas. But that is quite a sneaky way of getting on a rogue. Just an idea for you guys. To my glyphs, I've got Glyph of Hellstone, of course, Glyph of Conflagrate, which I think is pretty much needed and required, especially for slowing down that frickin' healer without putting a dot on them, because the dot can obviously break CC. But the slow is obviously really helpful. Reduce the cooldown of too much. Yeah, this one, guys, for arenas, I recommend it, but I don't really know what I mean, you could go Drain Life maybe for some like survivability purposes, maybe, like if you want to sort of pillar hunt. Let's say this tree is a pillar, you could do that and then actually go round the pillar and still be gaining it. Oh, I actually activated both my procs, but as you can see, that's an okay heal really if you're just going to be pillar humping like so. Actually, I might even use this tactic myself. That's quite a good little idea. How many frames am I running on? This video capturing software I'm using, guys, seriously lags me like. Where can I get Williams and Nelson? You can't. Okay, you just can't. Right, so I'm probably going to change that glyph out for now because I don't really want to be with it at the moment. I like the teleport, it comes in quite handy quite a lot. So yeah. Right, that's pretty much everything I think. I'd like to go over some of these enchants I've got. I'm missing the enchant for my weapon. I've got Windsong at the moment, which is okay because it is a random proc of the one free specs. For instance, there's a crit one, as you can see. There's my trinket proc and my cape proc. I got a weapon proc as well. That's quite a lot of damage. And then obviously if I go and use this as well, that's a 30% crit and another 2,300 spell power. Yes, they stack. If you didn't know that, they actually stack. This obviously gives me 10% more spell power and stamina, so I didn't actually know how much spell power I was running with then. But I mean, at the moment, for instance, it's 23k, which is a lot. I mean, my Chaos Bolt when a dummy does that. In fact, I actually crit nearly 400k the other day on somebody. In fact, I think I actually did. Yeah, I did, because I was flaunting about to the guild about it. 400k crit on somebody. He was really undergeared in a battleground. It was hilarious. He was trying to run away from my Chaos Bolt with an engineering belt. Yeah, this thing, if I don't get the debuff. Nitrous Boots. It was extremely funny. He was like running away from my Chaos Bolt going, no, fuck! And then he was dead. 400k crit. It was nice, it was hilarious. I quite liked it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got the tailoring enchant for my cape, which is a 2000 proc, 2000 int proc. I'm going to be getting the weapon proc, which is like another 1650 intel proc. And I've got the spell power proc there. I also have an intel use trinket from that's from engineering guys. That increases your intellect for 190, but it does not stack with your thingy. But it's only a 10-second cooldown, guys. That's a 1 minute cooldown, but it puts a 10-second cutout for this. You cannot use it at the same time, but you can use it straight afterwards. Reason being is they're exactly the same thing, pretty much. You can use the engineering thing, however, in arenas and rated battlegrounds. You can use that. It's quite handy. Why I've gone Howl of Terror, Triple Fear. I mean, before you used to be able to use Havoc, but I like to use Havoc mainly for basically launching 2 Chaos Bolts when all my procs are up. This is a fucking ton of pressure, nearly 200k damage to 2 people. That was without anything, guys. It's quite a lot of damage. If I can just get another Burning Ember, I could show you it with my... Come on, come on, come on. No, it ran out. Okay, so I didn't get to show you it with the procs. But there you go, Havoc's come back now, it's very handy. I've pretty much spec'd to go against spellcasters. Reason being is because before I spec'd against rogues, guys, okay, anything melee. This time I've given it a little bit of leeway and gone for both. Howl of Terror, actually when you're hit, Howl of Terror is reduced by a second every hit. I don't know if that's got a cooldown in between, like maybe 2 or 3 seconds, because obviously if you're getting hit, you could probably put that down to like pretty much nothing really quickly. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons why, guys. I'll put in I'll put in a macro video maybe next. Tell me what you want, guys, in the comments. Please subscribe and like my videos, and I will try to get more videos out to you as quickly as possible. Thank you for watching. Mr. Birdie out.